Hi, I'm François Bonetto from Power. Welcome to this brief discussion around the sales analytic, planning and forecasting, or sales and operation. Today I want to discuss about a webinar that I watched that was quite interesting. It was almost an hour long. It's from the Analyst, which is called Pierfrancesco Manenti, and it was about the future of supply chain and what's coming for 2025, even if we're already in 2025 and beyond. So this is what I want to talk about in this quick discussion. Of course, I don't want to. Of course, I don't want to replace here the webinar itself. I just want to talk to you about what were the drivers that were considered by the supply chain managers that were asked for. So 70% of the supply chain managers consider that the AI capabilities, the achievement of the AI capabilities will be a keystone for 2025. And of course, we can imagine that it is true. We'll see later how they foresee that usage of AI, but they see that as the prime driver that will be coming in 2025. The following two other drivers are quite interesting, especially that I'm recording that video in April 2025. It's about the trade policies that are around and the geopolitical fights that might exist between nations. And of course, in April of 2025, it's now a reality. We know it's there. So this is one of the things that will be to consider by them. The other thing at 72%, which is still a big percentage, is about the control over data. The data is there. We have more data than we can manage right now, but the fact that the data is without a context, it's not as useful. In fact, it's not useful. The data is worth only if it's in a context and if it's understood in its context. So this is where we can bring value over the data, and this is why it will be a driver in 2025, because it might change a lot of things. Because the data itself has a value, but also it can feed the AI. So those two are interlinked. And finally, the talent scarcity is also a driver for 2025. You can imagine, especially with the data that has to be managed and the AI that coming in the land field of a company, those two things are really important, and they can change the game, the way that we use our tools. So this is quite important for that part. So let's take these points one by one. The first one for the achievement of capabilities of AI. This is interesting. There's a consensus around the fact that the human will decide. Humans reviewing the suggestion of the AI. They will not let the AI take the decision right now. For sure, it will be coming in the future, but right now they want to look at what the AI is suggesting, and to make sure to bring any correction or adjustment before, or even to withdraw that suggestion if they feel that the AI is wrong. They're not ready to let the AI decide in their behalf. The next two ones, they said that they feel that it will be increasing regarding the regulation. We know it is. And there will be closed block for trades, kind of a complication around that. But at the same time, we don't have that much influence of this unless we are a huge company that can do some lobby around government. But it's not the situation of most company around there. So we don't have much control around it, but it will be a driver. Then the control over data and limited availability. I already mentioned the fact that the data without a context that doesn't have the value it can have, and the high competition for the talent as well. So we might need to reach for a partner with talent and with the skills to manage AI and to manage the retrieval of the data that are meaningful, and to put this data into its context. So this is just that. I wanted to make it quick, but I would recommend you to watch that webinar, because there's also more insight about the way to organize. In fact, Manenti identified 4 different ways of a company to organize itself to address the challenge that are coming in 2025 and beyond, and more, of course. So it's quite a rich webinar. I recommend to watch it. You will have the link surrounding that video if it's on YouTube or LinkedIn that you're seeing that. I will make sure that the link is there. Okay, then. So thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye.